Most people think getting rich means making more money. That's the trap. It's the exact belief that keeps most people broke. Here's the truth nobody says out loud. Your habits aren't routines, they're signals. Every day, your bank account reads that signal and decides whether to grow or shrink. The wealthiest people you'll never meet don't have Lamborghinis or a highlight reel. They don't chase money. They've built lives where money flows toward them almost automatically. I'm going to show you how. And I'll end with the one habit almost every wealth video gets wrong. First, a story. Two cousins. Same city, same upbringing, same starting salary. 10 years later, one owns property and carries zero consumer debt. The other still doesn't know where his paycheck goes. Same income, opposite lives. Not luck, not market timing, not connections. Just what each of them did automatically between paychecks without thinking. These are those habits. 1. Pay yourself first, not what's left over. Before rent, before the credit card minimum, before the weekend plans eat what's left, a portion of every paycheck disappears into savings or investing. This isn't discipline, it's architecture. Money you never see is money you can't spend. If you've been saving whatever's left at the end of the month, you've been doing this backwards for years, probably without realizing it. 2. Get radically selective about financial advice. The uncle with stock tips at Thanksgiving, filtered. The influencer pushing the next crypto play, filtered. The coworker who thinks investing is risky because his cousin lost money once, filtered. Instead, they read slowly, reread, and sit with ideas. One book keeps showing up in quiet, steadily growing households. William Bernstein's The 4 Pillars of Investing. Not exciting, true. And truth compounds the same way interest does. What you consume becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes what you do. 3. Obsess over what they don't buy. Not miserly, intentional. Look at your last 5 non-essential purchases. How many did you actually need versus grab in a weak moment? Tired, bored, scrolling, feeling like you deserve something. That's not a character flaw. It's a design flaw. Retail apps and one-click checkout are built to catch you there. Wealthy people install a pause before big purchases, sometimes a day, sometimes a week. In that gap, impulse dies. Most of the time, they don't buy the thing. Go check your last 3 months of statements right now. Count the charges you don't remember making. 4. Build assets before they're needed. Stripped of jargon, an asset is anything that makes money while you're not working. Interest-bearing savings, a rental, a business system, index funds, a digital product. Wealthy people are always quietly building the next one. Not because they have spare cash, but because they've made funding the future non-negotiable, even when the present feels louder. The 2 hours you spend building on Saturday morning matter more than the motivation you feel on Sunday. Stay quiet about money, strategically, not secretive, just protective. When you're saving hard and skipping the $300 group dinner, the last thing you need is someone making you feel small for it. Social pressure to spend is real, and you can't explain a 5-year plan to someone thinking 5 days ahead. Your circle is either a tailwind or a headwind, rarely neutral. 6. Actually review their finances monthly minimum, not a glance. A real look, where the money came from, where it went, what worked, what didn't. This is the habit that makes every other habit visible. It's how you catch the forgotten subscription or notice you spent $400 on delivery apps without realizing it. Most people avoid their numbers when they feel behind. Wealthy people look harder exactly then. 7. Negotiate. Every time. Salary, rent, insurance, service contracts. Once a year, calmly, with information, not aggression. Most prices are starting points, not fixed numbers. One conversation a year can recover thousands of dollars that would otherwise just leak away. It's not a personality trait. It's a skill most people never practice because they're afraid of the awkward 5 seconds. 8. Never let high-interest debt sit unaddressed. This isn't about avoiding credit cards. It's about never letting a 22% APR balance breathe. That's not a financial tool. It's a leak undoing everything else on this list every month it stays open. Treat it like a toothache. Handle it now, because ignoring it only makes it worse. 9. Invest in earning potential as hard as they invest in markets. A skill that adds $10,000 a year to your income beats almost any investment return you'll find. A course, a certification, a weekend spent building something new. These aren't expenses, they're compounding assets. Your wealth ceiling is tied directly to your skill ceiling. Wealthy people never stop being students of something. 10. Make peace with delayed gratification. Not because they're wired differently, because they've trained themselves to connect today's sacrifice to a future they can actually picture. Vague goals create vague motivation. The moment the future becomes specific, the number, the life, the freedom, discipline stops feeling like a fight. You're not broke because you're lazy. You were probably never handed the map. This is the map. Pick one habit. Start there. Build from it. Wealth isn't a lottery, it's a direction. Every day you're walking toward it or away from it.